We are beginning the year by going back to the Old Testament to read the book of Numbers. The more we understand the history before Jesus, the more we can connect to the life of our Savior and his teachings. This week, I encourage you to read an introduction to the book of Numbers and the first 4 chapters. You will have Salt Shaker devotions to go along with your reading, written by Jeannie. As the children of Israel journeyed from the foot of Mount Sinai to the land of Canaan, they grumbled, whined, and complained at every turn. They focused on their present discomforts. Their faith had fled, and they added an extra 40 years to their trip. The purpose of the book of Numbers is to tell the story of how Israel prepared to enter the promised land, and how they sinned and were punished, and how they prepared to try again. Moses wrote the book around 1450 BC to 1410, with the setting being in the vast desert of the Sinai region, as well as the lands south and east of Canaan. Numbers gets its name by the numberings of the Israel's men of war. It emphasizes God's people as warriors, overcoming the enemy and claiming the promised inheritance. The old generation was numbered at Mount Sinai, recorded in chapters 1 through 4, which you will read about this week, and the new generation in the plains of Moab, which will be recorded later. This is a book of transition. God set aside the old generation because of their unbelief, and then prepared a new generation to inherit the promised land. It is a book of wanderings. They did not believe God, so their unbelief cost them the inheritance of the new land. I can't imagine the job of counting all those people back at that time. The nation of Israel was organized according to tribes. I have included some pictures for the visualization on the blog post. It had to have been a huge campsite, which included 600,000 fighting men, plus women and children, and the priests and the Levites, who were given the responsibilities of the care of the tabernacle. Their role is explained in chapter 3 with very specific instructions. Other groups of the families of the Levites were also assigned special tasks in Israel's worship, with tabernacle care recorded in chapter 4. Perhaps the camp of Israel pictures the church. There are different tribes and standards with their different leaders. But it is one army following one commander in fighting one enemy, the Church of Jesus Christ, fighting against the evil one. You will clearly see our God is a God of order and gives orders. Numbers, may you be counted as one in the kingdom of heaven. Biblical Shakers will make reading the Bible more enjoyable for you, and I pray that the Lord will put a hunger on your heart.